You tried. Attempted assassination. Google, what's the sentence for attempted assassination? That's actually a terrible thing to Google. That's a terrible thing to Google.
An attempted assassination of certain essential government officials. 18 U.S.C. Section 351.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to And They Were Classmates.
Oh my god, they were classmates.
You can see us this week. Hi, I'm Jess.
Hello, I'm Nolan. If you didn't know, there is an audio exclusive episode from last week because last week was a nightmare. We're in an entirely, not different setup, like saying it in the same room.
We're in the same studio, but with a whole new set of equipment.
Exactly.
I think is a good way to put it.
Yeah, we've got these different arms, a different table.
Our producer really believes in us, and he made this space just for us, no one else. Don't let anyone tell you different.
Exactly.
This is our private recording studio.
That's us. And us only.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just a nightmare. One of the cameras was dying every 15 minutes and the other one shot in slow motion. So I don't care anymore. I've reached like this stoicism towards like editing and all that. I'm like, whatever.
Yeah, it was a really funny like chain of messages to be getting though. Like it just started with like, oh, they're like, I'll have to put together all these files are huge. I managed to get them onto my computer. They're in slow-mo.
Like, come on. And it's just Oh well. Now we know what S&Q stands for.
Now we know what S&Q stands for.
And for those at home, this is your quiz. Does actually, I was going to come up with a multiple choice. I'm not that quick-witted. But what does S&Q on a camera stand for? And then the little kid cheering sound effect. It stands for slow and quick.
Yeah, because it turns out for some reason the default setting on one of the cameras that we were provided is slow motion.
Yeah, it's slow motion. I'm always thinking about like when I buy a camera like this, how much I want to shoot those iPhone breaking videos like fucking tech racks in 2016.
Exactly. No, see what I'm doing is I'm laying it flat on the table and then I'm putting a brush full of glitter above it and I'm tapping it to make those TikTok videos.
That works too. Yeah.
I need my views.
But yeah, we're freaking back. We are so back.
We're so back.
And I'm excited for the video portion to be back because I can't lie, the video portion is always the part that's like a little more important to me.
That makes sense.
Because like I check our Spotify views and it's like, whoa, you got 15 listens all time.
And like 7 of them are me.
Exactly. Most of them are me. Yeah. But then the video can actually get inserted into like, no offense, a real algorithm. But I know Spotify's trying to do more podcasting stuff lately.
I guess, but I don't think Spotify is really like known for its podcast algorithm.
No.
It's kind of somewhere that you go because you're already listening to a podcast. And
yeah.
You're like, I want to listen to it on like. I prefer to listen to my podcast on Spotify.
Me too. Even though I switched to YouTube Music, now Spotify is my dedicated podcast app because there's no advertisements on. Well, there's no advertisements like between podcasts and stuff. They can still choose to add the Spotify ones, but even premium users get those. So it's like whatever.
Yeah, I was like, see, I share a Spotify Duo account with Ace.
Yeah.
So for those who don't know, Spotify Duo is literally just paying slightly less for 2 Spotify premiums instead of 1. So I think because we switched to that when my student discount finally ran out.
Yeah.
Because the Spotify student discount was a beautiful, beautiful thing.
Oh, yeah.
That I used for all of high school and college. Like to the point that I kept having to verify that I was in fact still a student.
Yeah, it's like every 6 months they're like, hey.
And unfortunately they did catch me.
Yep.
I couldn't access my.
But did you try as hard as you could?
Oh, I waited until I could not access my student email anymore.
Right, yeah.
That was when I was finally, because I couldn't verify it anymore. So that was when we switched to Duo because then we figured we were like, oh, it's still cheaper that way. Because I think it costs like the same amount for Duo.
Roughly. I remember in 2021 it costed $11.99, but then I think they increased the base Spotify price to $11.99.
Yeah, so I think the Duo subscription that I'm paying right now is like at absolute max $17 a month.
Yeah.
Which for the fact that Ace and I both use Spotify constantly,
totally
works out great.
Yeah.
Ace uses it overnight at work. I use it in the car all the time because he's driving, so I'm the DJ.
And then you get a yummy little playlist to fuse your 2 tastes.
Exactly.
Like, here's your duo mix for the day.
That's what we do. It's awful. It's
it
so
always
horrible.
Is. My brother and I shared a duo account for just like a month again in 2021. And it was like, we both don't like these songs.
Well, the funny thing is that like we have like a blend playlist that we listen to in the car fairly often. But it's really funny because when you listen to the blend playlist for too long, it starts counting you
Oh
with
my
those,
God. I
which
hate
really
that.
annoys me because like a lot of those songs are songs that I do not listen to outside of the Ace and Jessi playlist. Because like I love Ace. His top 3 genres 99% of the time: heavy metal, trap, like trap, rap, hip hop, like anything. I say specifically trap because he looks like Juice WRLD, like that kind of stuff. And then like nerdcore.
Yeah.
Like,
Ouch.
which is fine. Like, I don't mind listening to all those things. I listen to all those things. But when our playlist is all that and it's switching from like Lil Darky to the Stupendium to something musical theater from my side, and then it's playing like a song, and then it's like playing like a song about Helldivers because Ace is listening to like stuff about his stuff. And some of that music is really, really good. I love nerdcore. I especially like Ace and I love nerdcore in like very traditional music genres. Like there's one about Elden Ring that he really likes. I think it's called From Crimson Skies or something like that. And it's just like a really well made like orchestral like I don't know what genre to call it, but it's not like it's totally separate from like the nerdcore of like Living Tombstone. And that's not a diss on Living Tombstone. I love the Living Tombstone. I've been here.
But I think you can on a blend press exclude from my taste profile, and without like fucking everything up.
Yeah, but where's the fun in that?
Sure. And then also I found out the trick with a blend is to not shuffle them because there's a natural like order to why they put songs where they do. Not just like it's you and then it's me and then it's you, but like it transitions the genres way better. It's like that old website that was like from one song to another and it'd make you a playlist. I realized that they're actually trying to do that, but then it's like saying like, thank you Spotify for the, the beautiful playlist. I trust your algorithm. Let me shuffle it one more time, just as a fuck you.
Well, no, and it's also funny because Spotify's like genre watching isn't the best.
True.
Too. So like Ace and I run into a really big problem with being people that are into musical theater and nerdcore because there's a lot of stuff that gets lumped in with our stuff that we're not into whatsoever.
Well, and for the longest time when DreamSMP was a genre.
Oh my God.
Shut up.
That was
Spotify.
The worst part in 2020, that was one of my top genres.
Yeah.
I was not into the DreamSMP at all.
No.
I know exactly why it was one of my top genres, and it's because I enjoyed Wilbur Soot's music at the time. Because I like ironic satire stuff like that, and at the time that was when he was coming out with like Your New Boyfriend.
I'm in love with an e-girl.
Yeah, like
Your New Boyfriend.
Those are fun. And then like I did really like his band when it was around.
Lovejoy,
yeah.
But the worst part about the DreamSMP genre is it also included like Lemon Demon and Undertale soundtrack, and it's like
that was
Spotify.
Why,
you can't do that.
Yeah, that was why it was in my top, was because they were counting Bo Burnham in there too.
Oh my God.
I know for certain that I'm almost certain that Welcome to the Internet was counted in there.
Absolutely.
Along with
I
Content.
think that was a Tommy Innit thing. He loved Bo Burnham. So
yeah, it was like I know Content was counted in there too. It was so bad.
It's terrible. It's not a genre spot. Like you can in one of those little pages be like, you have a lot of overlap with DreamSMP, and then it's like, all right, fuck, I do. But like the fact that it's like your top genres is like indie, alt pop, DreamSMP. No, you're not. That's not it.
No, you can't say that I'm DreamSMP because I've been following Wilbur Soot since Soot House.
Literally.
Like that was my
Soot House.
That was so funny to me. Like when Wilbur joined the DreamSMP and then I had to fight for my life because I'd be like, well, I'm a Wilbur Soot fan, and they'd be like, oh, so you like DreamSMP? I'd be like,
no, specifically not.
No, yeah. I specifically only like Wilbur Soot and his old content.
It's crazy, yeah. Because I felt like one of the only DreamSMP fans. Like online, they were everywhere, but like in person, I never really met another DreamSMP.
It's because everyone had the good sense to have shame about it.
Yeah. But I think it's interesting. I have a tweet in my drafts that are like, the DreamSMP fans are getting their degrees now, just because it's kind of scary. Like they are.
It's really funny to me, especially to be someone that clowns on DreamSMP, as someone that's still into like Hermitcraft. I'm following the Vampires SMP right now, stuff like that. But like the DreamSMP, I feel like is uniquely like shit onable.
Yeah,
like,
easily. Because it's like there were hype moments, but it's like if you try to show someone from outside, it's like, no. And then they went to L'Manberg, and then Technoblade had the rocket launcher, and then Schlatt had a heart attack. It's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, see, part of my problem was that I was really into a lot of those people outside of DreamSMP, right?
Yeah.
Like, I was always aware of Technoblade because you
course.
have to be aware of
Technoblade never dies.
Exactly. I have a Technoblade shirt.
Mm-hmm.
I was really into Schlatt at the time. Schlatt's a problematic fave.
Yeah, of course.
Like,
but a national treasure and a timeless classic.
Exactly.
Great 2-letter phrases.
No, and like I was really into Wilbur, but I could not get into the DreamSMP. Like I couldn't take it. And I think part of it, and I'm being so honest when I say this, a good chunk of why I couldn't get into DreamSMP was Tommy in it.
Absolutely.
Like,
he was the most annoying little guy.
And that's fine because he was like 16 at the time.
Yeah, of course.
Like he was not making content for my 20-year-old woman self.
And I was 15 at the time, so it's like fucking I'm just like jealous the entire time. I'm like, this fucking annoying kid. Then I had my own SMP and nobody fucking watches it.
No, but it's really funny specifically now to be someone that was like in the orbit of DreamSMP, but specifically avoided it. And now I'm like headfirst in like Life SMP, fucking Hermitcraft. I'm getting into the Vampire SMP because that just started. That's a bunch of people that did like Hermitcraft and Empires, stuff like that. I was into Empires when that was a thing.
But yeah, the DreamSMP was interesting because it's like they weren't afraid to like use commands and like cheat every now and then, and it was like kind of about the story. But then like once Wilbur stopped like writing it, like nobody really gave a fuck, and it was like all like Tommy and Tubbo like forcing it to happen. And then there were a lot of arcs that were just kind of boring, and you'd like tune into a Ranboo live stream and he's like crying about the death of C! Tommy, and it's like, I don't know, man. Even when I'm 15, I'm like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, see, that's the thing that I really struggle to get into SMPs that are really lore heavy like that.
Yeah,
like that's why I say like I'm trying to stay in with Vampires SMP because it's probably the most like lore heavy SMP that I have watched since Empires. Mm-hmm. And Empires was one of those SMPs that like it had an overarching lore, but it was a lot more aesthetic than it affected the gameplay, if that makes sense. But now, but like it did matter. Like the lore did matter, but it wasn't in the same way that like I think DreamSMP was a struggle because they tried so hard to have it both ways. Yeah. Of being like a traditional survival multiplayer, but also having this grand overarching storyline. Mm-hmm. And you can do that, but you kind of have to get everyone committed to when we're doing one and when we're doing the other. Exactly. And just over time, especially with the pandemic ending and people going back to their like lives, and then also being able to build careers outside of DreamSMP, it was just kind of a recipe for disaster in the sense that like they're not going to be able to continue peak DreamSMP. Well, yeah, it was like, and they also just weren't realistic about how long DreamSMP was going to last. I mean, we've all seen the screenshot. Please don't joke about this SMP ending, guys. At everyone, please.
That's the other huge part of it, is that Dream is Dream.
Yeah, Dream is the way that he is.
Yeah. And
I have to agree with Gumball Watterson about who Dream is as a person.
The fucking, it's like 2 years old at this point, but the fucking videos were like, where Dream's like, yeah, so he hits me and I hit him back, and it's like, again, this discourse is so dead, but you know, it's like they were both adults or whatever, but it's like still, dudes, it's like, you're fucking Dream, man.
I'm like,
it's like have a little Mr. Beast attitude.
I wish that you could have been in the Hermitcraft fandom when I can't believe that Buildmart is still in MCC. Grian, who is not good at PvP, has killed me so many times in the Hunger Games, but I've never beat him at Buildmart. Like that whole thing. I wish you could have been in like the Hermitcraft spaces on the internet. We went fucking insane. Because that was like, if I remember right, that was fresh off of Grian's first MCC win, where he had 1v4'd the final dodge bolt. Like thing to secure the, so like he had Grian is genuinely an extremely talented Minecraft player. He's been playing it forever. That's the thing, is he's one of those guys where he's not like a super skilled player by a lot of people's standards, because he's just been playing for so long. He knows exactly how the game works.
Exactly. Yeah. He sees through the fucking matrix of it.
Exactly, which is infinitely more important than. Which is really funny when you consider that he uses that exclusively for build knowledge and he can't do redstone.
Fuck it, though.
Me too, King.
It's a great thing to go all in on.
Well, yeah, but that's part of why like Green is so good at Build Mart, because his thing is that he just takes the reins. He tells everyone what to go, where to get it, whatever. Dream and his friends were never able to have that level of organization.
Of course not.
And then
they're
wondered,
fucking new heads.
Exactly.
By comparison, especially.
They are new gens compared to grian. Like 100%.
And that's an ATWC stamped statement. You clip that, you take it to Twitter.
I really hope you do, frankly.
Fuck that green blob.
That'd be so funny. I hope that's why we blow up, is because we were talking about DreamSMP in 2025.
Yeah. But yeah, that reminds me, Minecraft Championship was this beautiful little noun.
It still is. I love Minecraft Championship.
I mean, just especially for the time. Like, it was like this cool, like, culmination of like all these different creators, and they would always do it, and I loved it.
I was really glad when it went from Minecraft Mondays to Minecraft Championships, because I didn't want to have to keep supporting Keemstar to watch all of my faves in one place.
Yeah,
so
I forgot about that guy.
Yeah, so when now it's run by Scott S. Major, also known as Dang That's a Long Name, if I remember correctly.
Sounds familiar. I remember he was on what was the other SMP called? Fuck. Where they had superpowers.
Yeah. I know.
He was on that one. He was a little tiny guy.
Yes.
No, maybe that was Sneak Snag. I don't know.
Well, he was a little tiny. I believe he's been a little tiny guy in a couple of different. But if I remember correctly, Scott's the one that's running it still.
Sure.
And I believe he's the one that took it over. And it's really nice because you can kind of tell, because now like the teams make sense.
Yeah.
Because a lot of time I get that Minecraft Mondays was trying really hard to be like, okay, we're gonna like mix everyone up, but it made it really hard to watch sometimes.
Mm-hmm. What's that one video? It's Technoblade and Schlatt, I think. It's a really good video where Technoblade realizes they're doing the creative like Hypixel build thing, and he realizes you can just punch through the wall and go into other people's builds.
Yeah.
So he's just like, hello.
Yeah, he just started, because they were doing like it wasn't like a build battle, but it was like a competition build where you did have to like speed build and everyone voted and everything. Like a very classic game mode.
Hypixel, yeah.
Yeah. I always associate that stuff with Mineplex because that was my go-to.
Me too.
I was also a big fan. Do you want an ancient text? I was a huge fan of the It's Jerry and Harry Minecraft server, which was really funny because It's Jerry and Harry was a Minecraft duo, like an ancient one. These are ancient texts.
They kind of sound familiar when you say it like that, but like the being like the server, I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, so I was a regular on that. I never I didn't watch their videos, but I really liked their server because it was just a minigame server. Mm-hmm. It was a minigame server, and then there was also, it was one of those ones where you could also get, no matter who you were, you could get a creative plot.
Yeah.
I would sit in the creative world hours and hours, because people were making...
Sculpting.
Well, it wasn't even that. It was just like, people would be like, okay, I made a skin contest. We're going to do that. And then it would be like, oh, well, I made a parkour thing over here. Oh, well, I made important asterisks. I was like 10. I made Minecraft speed dating over here. So, you know, it's like stuff that like only preteens.
Yeah, of course.
But I was in the perfect right developmental age to be like, I need to spend 6 hours a day in this place where everyone just is making pixel art and skin contests, and I'm talking with random strangers on the internet. This is safe. I'm finding out what Minecraft e-sex is at a frighteningly young age.
I think you've said that exact quote before on the podcast.
Oh, probably.
But my go-tos were always Blockheads. Do you remember Blockheads?
I do remember Blockheads.
Tiki Craft.
I'm not familiar with Tiki Craft.
And when Seth Bling made Mario Maker in Minecraft.
That's fair.
And it was like a server, and you could play other people's levels. I loved that.
Yeah, I was a big fan of that. I was a big fan of... I did like Hypixel, don't get me wrong.
Of course.
I just trended towards Mineplex, and it's Jerry and Harry because that's where my friends were too.
Hypixel and Mineplex were always this kind of like Coke and Pepsi relation, where I feel like Hypixel was Coke and it was just always more popular, but Mineplex just tasted a little better sometimes.
That's real.
Know? You can't.
Sometimes you're craving Mineplex, bro.
Sometimes you just crave a little Mineplex.
And you know what? It makes sense that me as a Dr. Pepper head would be calling out the It's Jerry and
yeah,
Harry
exactly.
server.
That third brand.
Another
That's
one.
like literally everything else. The brand is literally called like 7-Up Dr. Pepper Keurig Snapple. Like it's literally They knew.
It'd be like that.
Yeah. You know what else it'd be like?
Oh man. We're so back. For our audio listeners, that sound was Nolan chugging a 5-hour energy, which you guys didn't get to see last week.
Nope. And this week I make the bucket. Get ready.
Let's go.
Hell yeah.
Love to see
it.
it.
All right, now I'm freaking up.
Now that your energy is up for the rest of the podcast.
It's been a really good week of streaming. I have 6 paid subs now.
Let's go.
And that's up from 4, I think probably 3 at the time of recording last week. So it's going really good. I like, not that it's always like about revenue and stuff, but I think revenue on stuff like that is like how you prove it to like the world as a whole.
Oh, yeah.
You prove it's like value through money that way.
That's kind of how I feel about podcasting, because like now that I'm part of my job is making a podcast, like being like, oh yeah, I'm on the communications team and I teach Sunday school and I edit a podcast. They're like, oh, sounds so cool. I'm like, it's really not.
Yeah.
But because it's part of my job, people respect it, which is really funny because we average more views here.
Totally.
Than I do on my other, like my podcast for work.
Yeah, especially if you're not doing like crazy thumbnails and titles and stuff.
Yeah, and we're not. It's just because it's a church podcast.
Yeah,
so
I get it.
So it's really funny to me that people consider that my more legitimate podcast venue, the one that I just edit and post because that's the one that makes me money. Versus this one where I actually get to sit and talk about the things that I enjoy. Mm-hmm. I don't get to sit and talk about Minecraft on the church podcast. I don't even get to talk on the church podcast.
Fucking try it for a minute. They're going
to... No, the worst part is that I probably could and they'd be like, yeah, because one of the hosts has a son. So
right, yeah.
And the other one is my pastor, so he gets it.
Mm-hmm.
He has an approximate knowledge of many things.
Yeah. But yeah. Because this podcast as a whole too is like very, I think like shit post coded in a way, and in a lot of the titles and thumbnails and stuff. So I could see absolutely why people would see your other podcast as like a more, professional or better use of your time. But we got that one episode that got over 2,000 views.
That's so
actually,
true.
Let me correct myself, which is turning a year old now, which means we don't get credit for that watch time. Towards like monetization.
That's why we need to. So we need this one to blow
exactly.
up.
This one's freaking blowing up. Share it with your friends.
Send it to everyone you know.
Mm-hmm.
Make them watch it with it.
Did you see the Finster drama?
What Finster drama? There's always Finster drama.
If you didn't see it, I don't want to go too deep into it since. But here, let me pull it up.
It's one of those things where because streamer drama is so constant, I never know when old drama ends and new drama begins.
It's true. All right, I'm gonna 1.5 times speed this, I think, just because it's a minute 28. But this is are you familiar with Meowzera?
I've seen the face.
Yeah.
They all all the streamers kind of blend together for me.
We're mutuals on Pokemon Go, but not Twitter. So
the only social media that matters is Pokemon
exactly.
Go, so don't even worry about it.
But here we go. It's very quiet. Go.
Death. Realistically, for most trans people, it's life or death at this point. So here's what happened. I bought the surgery for $30,000, of course, and I asked him if he could help me out. He said, I will give you $5,000, or euros, whatever, pounds, if you post on OF every single day for 1 month.
So I know Marisa's best months on OF usually equate to like, what, 15, 20? Mm-hmm. She hadn't been posting for 3 months beforehand.
So I was struggling with posting. He knew if he offered me 5K, I would post every day and make more money.
Yep.
So he signed a contract that if I posted every day, he would give me 5K. I did post every day, looking forward to my 5,000 that I could spend on my surgery, my life-saving surgery. At the end of the month, he said, I tricked you. You're not gonna get it. He said, you're not gonna get it. I said, you signed a contract. He said, you're not gonna get it, but I made you money regardless because you posted. He, to this day, thinks he was doing me a favor because technically, through manipulation, he made me money. Which, he manipulated me into posting. He manipulated me into posting, which did make me more money at the end of the day. But he still broke a signed contract. He doesn't owe me the money anymore because I asked him, hey, can you help me out? Because my accountant is trolling me at the moment.
So that research. I love how your jaw is still dropped.
That feels illegal.
Yeah.
It's like not even in like a breach of contents. Oh my god.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Breaking a signed contract.
And then
especially in the sex work industry. Like that's insane.
It's one thing if you're like, hey, post daily gaming videos and I'll give you 5K at the end just to help you out.
Post whole daily for a month.
Literally.
And then I'm not going to pay you 5K.
And then I'm be like, but I made you more than 5K anyway. So
yeah,
that's crazy.
I'm about to make you more than 5K when I put this. I'm about to make you owe more than 5K when I shoot you in the head and you're dead. How about that? No, that's so fucking insane. That's such a violation, genuinely.
Yeah. So I don't know when that clip was, but it recently resurfaced because Finster also, I think, did some tweet about something about trans shooters. And because people are just pissed off because Finster is always this like soft trans, but like kind of like still like baiting people into like the like sissy side of it, you know?
Like it's
so it's always been like a problem, and it's like if you're gonna start like LARPing as like a trans shooter or whatever, it's like you need to stop.
Yeah, it's it gets to a point.
It gets to a point every time.
And I just can't. I'm not gonna be able to get over just asking someone to post their naked body.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly others, because I don't know. A lot of people make like joint content on OnlyFans, whatever. Sure. And just being like, also you didn't do it for the real reason. You made the money, but you're not gonna make it.
It's
like
I motivated you. Like fuck that.
You're motivating me to commit a crime.
Yeah.
Is what you're doing.
Yeah. So that was messed up. That was earlier this week, and I don't know how the discourse is going now. I don't know where it ended up, but I think people don't like Finster.
I don't know if they ever did that
Finster.
Much, but Finster is one of those people on the internet that I have always been like. It was one thing when we were all kind of giving them space to figure out who they are, but it's kind of becoming clear that who they are is just kind of shitty.
Yeah. Like, especially with that clip, but also just everything I described earlier too. It's
the whole way that they have approached it's getting the. I hate to say this because I don't think you can queer bait as like a real person, but it's starting to feel like queer baiting at this point.
Yeah.
Like, or at least like chaser baiting.
Oh, for sure.
Like,
for sure.
It's and I don't. If you're not gonna label yourself, you shouldn't be baiting chasers. And I don't
put.
Like, and I don't mean that in like a, oh, well, you have to come out. I don't care. Just stop baiting chasers about it if you're not going to put a label on who you are. And I don't mean that. I mean that for your safety and for other people's safety.
Yeah, and for what you do for the community. Because it's like, again, if you always like, again, you bait chasers and you do like the make content for like this idea of like the trans femme like sissy side of things, it's like you're hurting us. It's like, and if you're also taking away promising people $5,000 and then pulling it away, it's just like, stop.
You got to be quicker than that. Fuck you.
Got your nose.
Got your funds. Got your credit card
got
payment.
Your livelihood.
Yeah.
Got your surgery.
I was gonna say, because that's the thing too, is that like she mentioned that she needed that money for life-saving surgery.
I think just some sort of facial feminization surgery or. The other one, no, she still has one, but I think that's what she was talking about, just because the dysphoria and whatnot.
Well, I do agree that for a lot of trans people, like gender confirmation surgery is life saving because it's,
and I wasn't downplaying it as not life saving. I was just like,
no, I felt like I needed to make that asterisk more as someone that like isn't trans.
Yeah.
As a non-binary, but not, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't want to fall into that. That's why I was like, important asterisk. I do understand that, like, that gender confirmation surgeries are life-saving. That was why when I was like, yeah, life-saving surgery, like, yeah, facial. I was like, oh, yeah, that. I didn't want to come across. I don't want to be problematic.
Right. Never on the podcast.
We would never be problematic on this podcast.
You can't find a single clip.
Nope.
We were always based and right and epic. Even when I was glazing Mr. Beast.
I was going to say, even during your Mr. Beast days at the beginning.
Chill. Chill on me. Every time I see Dave Franco, I get a little jump scare. Because I'm like, oh no, he's still getting roles. And it's Dave Franco. Because he has that same smile and he kind of starting to have that same male pattern baldness.
Yeah, it's James.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's so weird as someone that like grew up in the James Franco era, now being in the Dave Franco era.
Yeah.
And it's the same guy.
Dave, buddy.
It's kind of the same guy again.
It is interesting. It's like a little reincarnation, and he kind of also stays in like the Seth Rogen sphere too, because he was in the Apple TV show The Studio. he was like in there, and that's like a huge Seth Rogen thing. And so I'm like, that's very interesting that we got this like reincarnation, this like attempt number 2 out of Franco.
I thought it was really funny. I don't remember who was interviewing Seth Rogen. I saw a clip of this on my For You page the other day, but there was a clip of someone that was interviewing Seth Rogen, and it was them being like, so you still like doing all of these like frat boy stoner comedies. Most people stop doing that when their like brain stops developing at 25. Why do you think you're stuck there? Like,
damn, that's a loaded question.
Well, because it was one of those like bit interviews like between him and a friend. So it was someone that was trying to call him like, so kind of like who is it that does Between the Ferns? That's Zach Galifianakis?
I don't know.
That did Between the Ferns for a little bit.
I don't know.
Well, because that was just like a joke interview where they were like, Obama was on that and they were doing like bits with him.
Yeah, there's a really good interview between like Nathan Fielder, Seth Rogen's in there, and then some 2 other comedies. I can't remember what they were promoting, but it was really dry and very funny. I love Nathan Fielder stuff.
I'm trying to look up the interviewer so I actually remember.
Go for it.
I swear it's in this interview, but Guardian articles are so fucking wordy. I can't find it.
It's all good.
Okay.
I get the premise of what you're saying.
I tried so hard to find the interview for you guys, and I just couldn't find it. There's too many. Seth Rogen has given so many interviews about smoking weed.
That's fair.
Who would have guessed?
That's a good topic.
Yeah, but I swear to God it exists. If anyone can find the clip, please send it to me. I need to know I didn't make that up now.
Yeah. Ouch. Because that would be a funny thing to fabricate too. Or it's just kind of, I guess it could just be a different actor. Like it literally could have been fucking any of those guys.
I just feel like I remember hearing Seth Rogen's laugh after. Like I can like picture it in my brain. That's why I feel like it was one of those like jokey internet interviews that like it was just like a clip showed up.
Yeah.
Because there's
in the Seth Rogen compilation.
Yeah, because I don't remember her name, but there's a Black woman that does a lot of that style of interview where she just kind of sits people down and asks them like a few real questions, but then like some questions that are just to make them uncomfortable. And just to see how they react. Not that white woman that does it. Not her.
Bobby Althoff.
Yeah, not Bobby
that
Althoff.
Industry plant.
No,
that left her family for Drake.
Exactly, not that white woman.
I'm kind of getting sick of that clip. Every time I see it, I get a little more sick of it. The fucking like, I'm not a magician. I'm a,
everything
I
about Drake
hate that one.
sickens me.
Or no, it's the other one.
Oh, the other one?
It's still Bobby Althoff, but I think it's scripted. She's talking to some artist, and then she's like, "So you're a musician?" And then the other artist thinks she's saying magician. She's like, "I don't do that. I do music. I don't do that." But like every time I see it, I can like see through it just a little more, and I'm like, I feel like this was scripted. But the first time I saw it was hilarious.
Yeah.
So gotta give it credit.
No, but the woman I'm talking about, my favorite interview that she ever did was with Bob the Drag Queen. If I remember, because Bob the Drag Queen was able to catch that energy and throw it back at her in the exact same way. So they worked really well as a duo. Her with a lot of drag queens works out really well because she like a lot of her like methods being like, yeah, so you did this. So how did that affect your divorce? Like, but in like an actually like funny way that I can't do because that's not what I do on the internet.
Yeah. That reminds me of when I was watching a lot of Eric Andre. But that's one of those where it's like it's both good if they can return that same energy, and it's also good if they completely don't know what to expect.
Oh yeah.
Because when like like he's sitting down with like someone and he's like, fucking a tiger, and a tiger walks through and like the fucking like movie stars just like because the way they say is like most of these people come on thinking it's just like Jimmy Fallon, the former Jimmy Kimmel.
The night show formerly known as Jimmy Kimmel.
As they slowly get crossed off the list. But yeah, they go on Eric Andre thinking it's that, and then it's absolutely not. And like the fucking band starts like crawling through the walls. And they're like, what? And they're so uncomfortable.
I love how many Eric Andre clips live in perpetuity as memes and people don't realize.
Oh my God, yeah.
Like, the Eric Andre show is one of those like foundational internet shows that like a lot of people don't realize.
No, it's everywhere. It's the one where he shoots someone and then says something. I don't remember the meme anymore.
Well, it's because it's been edited so many times.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
Because he's just talking and he just turns around and shoots the guy and the guy's laying there dead. Just.
Yep. And then Let Me In is also a classic.
Yeah, there's a video somewhere of me from my senior year of high school when we went on the band trip. We went down to Texas. We went to NASA on our way out. Like on our way back up to my band trip.
New Mexico.
We had no reason to stop at NASA. Like, I'm being so for we only stopped because my band director was like, I want to go to NASA. We should stop at NASA on our way out.
Guys,
and we
please.
did. We got to go to NASA. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Like, it's such a cool place, legitimately. But there is a video somewhere of me just like rattling the fence to NASA, being like, "Let me in."
Yeah, if you can find it, let's make it the fucking intro clip.
I'll see if I can find it. That's gonna be a heavy ask. It's gonna be
yeah.
That's gonna be 17-year-old Jessi in that.
Yeah. Did you see the new skate game?
I've seen someone already made Jesus doing the fucking like just holding this in through the stained glass window to even flow, and that was all I needed to see.
Fire. Because there was this tweet. Why I waited over half my life for Skate 4 just for it to look like Fortnite, because it's like Unreal Engine. And then someone was like, bro, or the same guy, what am I even playing? Why is this faster than skating? And he's just doing like Mario 64 movement.
Yeah, no, this one was made for the Mario 64 fans.
It's literally faster than skating to just do this. It's not even like a roll. It's like a roll and a jump and a float.
Yeah, you need to get the momentum going with the front flip.
So that was crazy.
That's such a funny clip to me. Like, I love when video games kind of forget their primary purpose.
Yeah. Or because I can see what they were doing. Like, they were, okay, we're going to expand the movement set. And I know they added like a floating, like if you jump off a building in that game, you're able to like float a little more and reach harder to reach areas and then fucking do a kickflip or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think they needed to like balance the fact that they were adding a lot more motion mechanics. They needed to slow it down so you can actually learn them. But it's really funny now that people are like, why is it so slow? It's like, because unfortunately you need to hit the buttons.
Yeah, gotta hit the buttons.
They're giving you time to hit the buttons because I think they realized that a lot of the average skate fan is Tony Hawk age.
Oh, I was gonna say, yeah, the audience is just getting older because I don't think Gen Alpha skates. I think they do it the same way we collect like physical media. You know, skating is like my special little thing.
It's really funny because I feel like in my age range, longboarding was like the thing. Like, people didn't really skateboard, but a lot of people around here longboarded.
Sure.
But I think that also shifted here when they tore down half the basketball courts in a park near me and put a skate park in there. So like, and admittedly, a lot of people go there with like their bikes. It's a lot of BMXers, but I think that brought back a lot of skating around here. But I think that's also why a lot of other places don't have a skating culture anymore, is because they don't have anywhere to skate.
True.
It's just not allowed anywhere anymore.
Yep. God damn it. 1984. That came to me live. I was like, 1984. I'm like, there's a rhyme in there.
There has to be. There has to be a rhyme in there.
I found it. Cracked the code. Saw Rubik's Cube. Yeah. Are you excited for Sonic Racing Crossworlds?
Sorry, just the way that you said that, I suddenly got flashed back to being in like karate school and like being 7 years old. Are you excited for Sonic's Crossworlds?
Yeah.
I mean,
do you know anything about it?
I actually don't, but that's.
It's Sonic Racing as it's always been. But I think the maps go through different like multiverses and worlds and shit.
It's pretty based, actually.
It is what it is. I don't know if I'll buy it. It's a full $60 game, so I'm like,
God.
You know, if something like that is like 40, I'm like, all right, I'll check it out. But you know, oof. But then again, I played fucking Garfield Kart.
Yeah, it was like you are the number one Garfield Kart streamer right now. So
true. Well, I kind of retired.
You had to let someone else take the crown.
Yep.
Held it for too long.
Yep. Once Garfield Kart Gaming got in my chat, I'm like, I'm not. I can't compete. You have 1,000 hours in just one of them. Like, no.
You need to prove to Garfield Kart Gaming.
That's an impossible feat. But yeah, they released an ad that was very like classic Sega and Nintendo. They were like you could play Sonic Racing Crossroads, and then it's like fucking some cool ass gameplay, and they're like, or you could play the other game, and it's like a CRT strapped to like a Breaking Bad RV, and it's like struggling to start, or they're saying, or you can explore the open road in the other game, and then it's like, yeah, it's a Breaking Bad RV. and a CRT strapped to it. But it has blurred gameplay, and it doesn't actually look like Mario Kart, and people are thinking that maybe they AI generated it, which is an easy little jab that the Mario fans can hit.
Dude, I'm actually like getting into it with at the Sunday school that I teach at, we pay for a curriculum that we follow. So like basically we pay for someone else to do our lesson planning and then we set it up. It's great. Works out perfectly for us. Yeah. Until they just got bought in the last year or so by a new company, and now they keep AI generating shit. They sent us matching cards that were all AI generated, and now the video that I had to show kids this last week, they had all of this really cool like handmade art that they did all the time. They made little animatics. They very clearly had a team of in-house artists, whatever. And they just kind of fed that into the machine and then made it talk. And it looked like dog shit. Because, it's not actually like, you don't actually... Video podcast. You see how my lips are moving while I talk?
You see how I have the same number of teeth every time?
Yeah, and you see how my lips don't blur when my mouth closes? Yeah.
Not only that, my teeth look like teeth and not like weird gums and teeth.
Yeah, I had braces, so they're even like in line. Like, but instead of seeing like actual talking, it would just like kind of blur and do like baba buzz, And it was really funny because the kid, like, you saw the 2D thing, and then it shifted to a very clearly AI-generated 3D landscape. And immediately, one of the kids goes, "Cursed AI!"
Yep. And I love that the kids are able to spot it, unless it's an overview of London you mentioned.
Yeah.
Then they kind of can't understand.
But at the same time, I also get it, because with the angle and everything, it did look like...
Sure.
If you didn't know what London looked like from above...
Yeah.
I get it. It was just really funny, specifically because they started calling it AI when you could see the London Eye in Buckingham Palace.
Yep.
But if you don't know to look for that,
it's true.
Like we were like, yeah, there's the London Eye, and they were like, the what? And I was
disproven. I don't know what that is.
Basically, well, because they're like third graders. You don't really expect third graders to know what the London Eye is, or to be able to tell what Buckingham Palace looks like from above and 3 streets over, because we're following the Thames. Like,
But yeah, as far as the video and the kids spotting it.
So the kids spotted it immediately, and I texted my boss Renee. I was like, hey, the kids spotted that it's AI immediately, and she's like, yeah, I'm submitting a complaint.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because she's like, we pay a lot of money for. She was like, what's the point of paying them all this money if they're just going to generate it through AI?
Well, and like and yeah, you might as well fucking generate it yourself at that point. Not that that's the right move to go, but it's like, if you're going to pay all this money,
exactly,
then and you're going to come up with a product that like you could realistically get, again, it's very bad.
And I'm going to be honest, some of the activities that they're giving me are giving AI generated.
Oh, easily.
Like, and some of the prayers I can tell are AI. And it's really frustrating, because like the whole point was that we were paying for this service because it was filled with professionals.
Yeah.
It was filled with experts. It was filled with people who specialized in teaching children's ministry, making us a product so that we could teach children's ministry. And then they were like, but we're actually going to offload a bunch of it to AI. I'm like, no, I might as well I'll write my own goddamn lesson plans at that point. Fuck you.
Dude, that's kind of scary, because if it's affecting shit like that, it's going to get really bad.
Oh, it's hitting children's. It's because it's children's media. It's hitting all of children's media first.
Yeah. Like,
I haven't seen it nearly as much in like anything that we've done, like adult facing for ministry stuff.
Sure. That's a bummer. Because this is like the first generation too. They're slowly coming up that they didn't have to do school during the pandemic. So they actually are a lot sharper than anyone who did. Not that you can't maintain that during the pandemic, but let's be honest. We all regressed a little bit. That's our generation's lead paint.
It really is.
But yeah, it's a bummer if they're going to be trained on fucking AI stuff. Because it makes me think about like how like writing an essay on paper versus just like typing it in Google Docs. Like there's a lost art where like I feel like we can't articulate on paper as well, and it's going to be that, but for just being able to write at all, but using generative AI instead, and that's a real bummer.
Yeah, it's also frustrating because I'm fighting like an uphill battle with some of the other people that I go to church with about AI. Because like there's like some members of the church, like there's some people that are running like Bible studies. And they're saying at the top, they're like, okay, so I put the question that we had today into ChatGPT to see what it had to say. And every time I'm always like, ChatGPT just makes shit up. It just makes shit up. It makes up quotes. It makes up like justifications. Like, the whole point of the study is that we're supposed to be sitting around talking together.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you asking ChatGPT to help you fill out your thoughts on the Sermon on the Mount?
Yeah. There was one scary thing on Twitter that was like, someone was like, they asked Grok about something, and someone's like, just think for yourself. Just think for yourself. And they're like, well, I care a little bit more about Grok's opinion than my own. And it's like, that's bad.
And, like, I'm already dealing with a lot of kids who really struggle, for lack of a better way of phrasing it, they struggle with struggle.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing can be difficult, and they panic if it is.
Yeah.
Like, I handed out a really easy, like, it was just like a sheet of paper that had the verse written on it, like, when you're afraid, God is with you.
Mm-hmm.
And I cut it up into, like, 6 big pieces, and I handed them out. I was like, okay, guys, like, I handed it out. That's a puzzle. Do it. Like, I just did it as, like, a time filler bell ringer type thing, you know? Because they had finished up the other activities. So I was like, okay, and when you're done with that activity, come up, get your puzzle with your group. You guys work on it and let me know what it says, and then I can, you know. And what the kids, and there was this one group of boys that I had that they were 3 boys that I don't want to make assumptions, but I can kind of tell that they're iPad kids from the way that they are.
Mm-hmm.
Their parents keep telling me that they aren't, but the way their kids act makes it abundantly clear. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Totally.
And they had set all of them except for one, because it was like the last piece was like a isosceles triangle, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they kept trying to put the flat side in there, like the longest flat side in. And they're like, well, we can't do it. And I'm like, okay, well, look at it.
Yeah, right.
Like, I straight up was like, look at it. What shape is it? And they were like, does it fit in there? I was like, okay. Think about it in third. Like, I was like, try again. And he tried the same thing again. I was like, okay, try again. And he kept being like, well, what am I supposed to do? I was like, you have to figure it out. And they looked at me like I was insane. Yeah. I'm like, no, you guys have to learn. I hate to break it to you guys. I'm in your Sunday school. I'm teaching your kids problem solving skills. I'm making your kids woke by teaching them to, like, analyze things critically.
Yeah, yeah. And don't put square peg in round hole.
Don't put
it in square hole.
But
I'm not gonna be the one to tell you that. I'm gonna say look
hole.
for a different hole to put it in.
Exactly. That's the thing
is
that like, no hate to any of the parents, because, like, the parenting's incredibly fucking difficult, and this isn't a judgment on any of them. But I can tell which of the kids haven't had to figure out their own problems.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of kids that come to me for the first time and they don't know how to solve a problem. That's what I mean when I say they struggle with struggle, where, like, it's not that the activity itself is hard. They don't know what to do if they don't know exactly what to do. Yeah. If that makes sense.
They don't know how to, like, try something and maybe fail.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Exactly. Well, it's because a lot of them have just been kind of, like, handed iPads, and it's like, iPad games, you always win.
True.
Like, like, when you, like, think about it, when was the last time you lost an iPad game and actually set it down?
Yeah. Because well, that's interesting because there is usually retry, but I guess I'm thinking of Angry Birds. I don't even know the new shit they got.
Well, exactly. I'm even if you think of, like the most classic thing I can think of is, like, Bloons, right? Like, Bloons Tower Defense. Because that's one of the ones I can think of that was popular when I was a kid and is still popular with, like, kids now. Yeah. Think about it. You lose 3 times and it offers you a power-up.
Ah, yes. Because if you retry too many times in Angry Bird, it's like Mighty Eagle.
Yeah, it's like Mighty Eagle.
Yeah,
and then if you lose enough times, it goes, well, do you want to just skip this level and come back to it later? For a lot of games. Yeah. Because iPad games, they want you to watch the ads, but they don't want you to get so frustrated you stop. So they offer you a skip and come back later, so that you can you can still feel the progression without actually progressing.
Yeah. And when that mindset is instilled in a child.
Exactly. And it was like, and most of these kids are being handed, like, okay, it's game time. Like, that's the iPad. Like, that's unironically one of the reasons why Ace and I, when we have kids, we're like, okay, we're going to have a family computer.
Absolutely.
That's in the living room. Mm-hmm. The kid can do whatever like, we're not going to, like, block a million websites or whatever.
Nope. And not hover the entire time either.
Yeah, but we're going to be in the room and you're not going to have headphones on.
Right.
We're going to hear whatever Flash game you're playing, because I don't care about hearing whatever you're doing. Mm-hmm. Because I want to know what you're doing.
Yeah.
I want to hear what you're doing.
And what's interesting about your generation is well, and mine too, is that you've seen much worse than they're probably going to be able to see with the state of the internet in fucking 2034 or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
You know? So it's like, it's really interesting. Because then by then, like, there are a lot more like safety filters. Not that they're not easy to bypass, but like even like places like Roblox are like just, and I guess they're getting in the lawsuit right now. But you know, there is more of an emphasis on protecting children on the internet.
But it's because they know
solved.
that it's because they know that adults aren't protecting children.
Yeah, exactly.
Is the thing.
Yeah.
Like I grew up on the internet where you could just like Google ogre-ish and watch gore and like snuff videos whenever you wanted. Like I was on girlsgogames.com that had a forum section. And that was where I found out what e-sex was because people were doing that on the Girls Go Games forums because they were horny 13-year-olds.
Yep.
And you could tell they were 13 because none of them knew how sex works. Sometimes I think back about the things that I read about sex on like the early internet, and I'm like, that was written by someone else my age. Like, there's no way.
Like, I'm learning. Okay, that's how it works.
And then as an adult, I'm like, that's not how it works. No, but that form is so different than like nowadays, like the brain rot that just that slowly turns into worse things. Like, I don't know. There was this guy on TikTok that started a fresh algorithm. Like he wiped a phone, started it with a fresh IP, and he opened up YouTube Kids and he started scrolling. And within 2 days, he was getting AI generated videos of like cats beating each other, like mommy cat beating the baby cat, baby cat's throwing up and poisoning dad cat. Dad cat comes back and beats baby cat, and baby cat is so sick, and then spiders come out of their stomach. Like, it's all like it's an entirely different form of horrific brain rot content that's gonna fuck people up in a whole new way compared to like me watching gore at a young age.
And because when you're a kid, you don't. That is tough.
And that's in like YouTube. That's just in like the YouTube Kids algorithm.
Right. Yeah. That's
just like
easily accessible. Oof.
Yeah. That was scrolling shorts.
Ouch.
And he was like, he trained it on nothing but like Cocomelon and like Miss Rachel, like there was nothing but kids friendly content on there. And he was still getting served up videos where like, oh, baby cat doesn't want to go to work, or like baby cat doesn't want to go to school. So baby cat's going to pee in daddy cat's coffee. And you can see the cat peeing into the coffee, and then daddy drinks it and gets really sick and dies. So they have a funeral for daddy cat, and then mommy cat brings baby cat home and knows what happened. So she starts beating him. Yeah. And then like, and it's like genuinely just like stuff that's bad for the psyche.
Totally. Like
stuff that kids should not be exposed to, but it's all packaged into this thing that YouTube's algorithm reads as child friendly.
Because it's kitties at the end of the day.
Yeah, because it's animated kitties.
It's just kitties.
And there's no blood. There's no gore.
Right.
Like, technically
couple
nothing.
Spiders.
Yeah, it's a couple spiders pouring out of a belly button, but you know. And and that was, I think he had only trained it off of like 5 hours of content day 2. Like, it was so quickly to go so bad.
That's terrible.
Yeah, and then like I'll watch stuff like that on my For You page, and then I go into work and half the kids have phones, like smartphones. And I'm like, do you have any idea what they're watching? Do you have any idea what they're watching? I thought it was so funny. One of the kids came in this last week and he had an iPad with him, like an old iPad. And on it, his mom had taped on this over the screen, like the Roblox home screen. And he kept holding it up to him, being like, I'm playing Roblox.
Oh.
And I was like, you know what? This is the best way. Because he's one of those kids that, like, he's neurodivergent, and one of his special interests is technology. He's one of those kids that you go like this, and he's like, that's an iPhone. Like, he can tell you exactly what iPhone it is.
That's how I was growing up.
Yeah, I can tell.
Got that IT certificate, though. Not for cameras, though.
No, but I thought that was a really good way, because we've had to have talks with him in the past about like bringing toys to church, like because we let the kids bring like a comfort toy. We have a lot of kids that want to bring something as like a comfort toy. We let the kids have fidgets during the videos and stuff. Like, we're not our rule is basically we don't keep track of it. Anything you send your kids with, you are risking losing to the church. We don't keep track of it, and if it gets left behind, it's getting sorted in with our toys, because we're just gonna assume it's ours. Like, I'm gonna be so for real with you, unless it's like a phone, like, and obviously not ours. But like Legos, you can bring your own Lego guys in. Just know they might get mixed in with our Legos.
Yeah.
You know?
You can bring your Pink Among Us Poppet in, but it might get mixed in with our Pink Among Us Poppet.
Unironically, yes. I've gained a couple of fidgets from the kids leaving them behind.
Yeah.
Like stuff like that. Which everyone's fine with. But he specifically always wants to bring in like a game. He wants to bring in like his Switch. He wants to bring in his iPad because he wants to show everyone what he's doing in his game. Like, so we've had to have a couple like, hey, he can't bring those because it's not just a distraction to him. He distracts everyone else because he can't stop himself from going and showing everyone what he has. It's just how he is.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was a very nice solution from his parents, just being like, okay, middle of the road, just tape a piece of paper over this iPad that doesn't work anymore.
So you can figuratively play Roblox.
Yeah, so he kept just like tapping at it, and it was really funny because he kept walking up to people being like, I'm playing Roblox.
And you're like,
just go
wow.
back to it. And you're like, cool. He's such a sweetheart though. He's also super into Mario. So like when the Mario movie came out,
yeah.
So there was opening weekend, and then we had Sunday school, opening weekend, and the weekend after, right? So opening weekend, Andrew was like, we're gonna go see it. I'm so excited. We're like, awesome. And then the second weekend, his parents were like, we went to see it 4 times this week.
Easily.
I was like, yup.
Easily. It's a good movie.
Same thing happened when the Minecraft movie came out.
Mm-hmm. Chicken jockey.
Yeah. Oh my God.
It's a chicken jockey summer.
It's
summer.
It was a chicken jockey summer.
It's chicken jockey autumn.
There's somewhere there are multiple posters that we made as a class that have Minecraft Steve on them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because I always tell the kids that I tell them, I'm like, for posters and stuff, you can put whatever you want on there because I'm going to throw it out at the end of the month anyway. But for personal projects, you can't put like we made courage sticks to remind them of Moses.
Of course, classic.
So I brought in a bunch of sticks from Renee's backyard and had the kids wrap like ribbons and tie bells and stuff to it. They had a great time, you know. But some of the kids were like, hey, can we put K-pop Demon Hunters on here? And I was like, you can put like ideas from K-pop Demon Hunters on there, but maybe don't put like Rumi on your courage stick. And they were like, good. Okay, because that's kind of my theory. Because then you don't end up like, because I know my house is just full of random Sunday school projects from over the years. Our Christmas tree is covered in ornaments that I made over the years, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I am very glad that none of my stuff has like we weren't allowed to put like Minecraft and stuff on there. Not in like a, well, that's not Christian way, but in a like, is that really fitting the theme way? So that's why like when the kids were like, could I put K-pop Demon Hunters? I was like, maybe not. And they were like, well, can we put like We Are Golden? And I was like, sure.
Absolutely.
Because that's different. That's a different like sentiment.
Mm-hmm. We are gold, frankincense, and myrrh, maybe?
Exactly. Like fucking whatever. Like, well, it's more so that I was like, I'm glad that you want to take like the lessons from these movies with you. And they spent the entire night, like the entire time they were working on Courage Sticks, debating something about K-pop Demon Hunters. It was really funny.
Mm-hmm.
But I think at first when I said no, one of the parents that was helping volunteer thought that I didn't know what it was because she came up. She was like, no, it's like fine. Like, it's not like, and I'm like, no, like, it's not about the demon thing. It's straight up just that I don't like the kids putting pop culture into their projects that they're taking home.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, oh,
good.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that does mean that our posters get covered with Chicken Jockey, Minecraft
Chicken
Steve,
Jockey.
whatever. Sometimes there was, I wish I had a photo of it, but I couldn't because there was like information around it. But one of the kids wrote like, Jesus is Sigma Chicken Jockey, and it made me laugh so hard. But there was like first name, last name above and below it, so I couldn't post. So I didn't want to take a picture of it because I knew that I wouldn't realize that the names were on there, and I'd post it, and I'd be like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, and then there's like all these like little things you didn't notice, and you know, around it, and like even if you blur the name, it's like something you missed.
Well, that's why
Too
like.
risky.
So when I'm trying to grab photos that I want to post on my own personal socials, I'm so careful about the ones that I grab. I don't grab the only kids that are in photos that I post are like kids of other faculty members as much as I can do it, or like kids of like longstanding church members that I know like are all over the site already. Like, you know, kids in the like kids of who have parents in the council, so they're just at every event, so they're in every photo, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But like this last year, there was only one. I made a joke with it where I was like, oh, there's only one photo that they took of me this year, and it's one that I can actually post. Because it was like, because it was just like me with a bunch of the other like adults on the wall.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to assume we have like disclosure, like release forms for all the kids and everything. And we do keep track of, like, we have like 2 or 3 kids that we can't post, and we always are like, hey, you guys need to come over here really quick. Like, you know,
While everyone's taking the picture.
Yeah.
I get it.
Because it's just like a safety concern for some people. So I try to be so careful. But that's also why I'm so like, I feel a lot more blasé about being like, yeah, but this is their personality, because you can't, as long as I'm not saying first name, last name.
True. That's
significantly less identifiable unless you are working with the kids every week like I am.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Did you ever do the it's a candy cane, and this is the shepherd's hook, and then this is the J for Jesus?
Yeah, we did that when I was a kid.
Yeah.
That was a big one.
Generational.
Oh, yeah.
The Undertale 10th anniversary.
Oh, yeah.
Did you catch any of it?
I didn't, unfortunately. I've been so busy. For the listeners at home right now, I'm about to enter Tech Week, technically, for my show. So I'm so busy.
It was amazing, though. They modified some of the game a little bit. They added some like new rooms and stuff, and they wouldn't like fully explore it and interact with everything. So the chat's just like, go back.
Yeah.
And then they're just not listening because it's fucking Toby Fox and the fan gamer crew. And it was just cool. It was so cool. There was a poll for what they're going to name the character, and the one who led by far was Gaster. But Toby Fox said, Shmeep, and then just ignored it.
Yeah.
And he said, all right, we're going to have 2 names during the event, and there's going to be a poll with the charity donation for who's winning, and it was between Kara and Togore, which I didn't even realize Togore. Okay, I thought the meme was funny because it's like Toriel Asgore. I didn't realize that Asriel was Asgore Toriel until Togore.
Yeah, that's why.
So,
that's
like
why
a fucking dumbass.
Yeah, that's why the bit is my Kara and their good siblings, Asriel and Togore.
Yeah. Fucking, it was crazy. But then right before they started doing like the true pacifist stuff where Asriel is like, Kara, it's been, 5 years, 10 years. Toby Fox, anonymous, donated 2,000 towards the name Kara, so it would for sure win.
Yeah.
And then, we're speculating it's Toby Fox because he doesn't want the fucking 10th anniversary stream with new dialogue from Asriel to say like, Togore, I miss you.
I think that we need to recognize the lost son Togore.
Absolutely, yeah. And then there was one text in the game from Gerson that was like, Toriel and Asgore used to like nuzzle noses in public and embarrass their children, and then everybody in the chat is like, Togore? And one of the players was actually like, is that like confirmation that Togore is in the game? And Toby Fox is like, nope.
I love Toby Fox. There's Did you see the announcement tweet for the Japanese video game awards for the Game Dev Award, who the panel was? And Toby Fox is on there.
Yep.
And I think it's I'm trying to remember his name off the top of my head. Yoko Taro.
Sure.
Who I recognize his character more than his name, which sounds really bad, but it's just because like I haven't actually played any of his games, but I have seen his fucked up evil little character around in the indie game space. So I keep seeing people that are drawing like these beautiful portraits of all of them, and then like the dog Toby Fox as a dog, and then Yoko Taro's fucked up guy, like because he is like a like fucked up evil looking guy is like I say that. I love calling things fucked up evil
looking homunculus.
But it actually is like spooky, like.
But yeah, it was such a fun stream. He like hid like a Noelle in there from Deltarune, and then they just didn't acknowledge her and didn't interact with her.
I saw screenshots of that because I kept seeing screenshots of like that, and then it smash cutting to, I'm 4 years old. You're the youngest person ever.
I love the edits of that one where they're like cutting him off. How old are you? How old? It's a really funny clip. Oh, what keeps falling? All right. These headphones fell earlier.
To be fair, this time it was just my phone sliding off my lap.
I'm like, there's like a void down here, and things keep getting sucked in, and I don't know what
it's because I moved them. It's because I moved them out of the safe crevasse between my thighs, and I set it on top of my thighs because I looked something up. So when I adjusted, it just fell off.
Ouch. But yeah, I watched the full day 2 live, and then day 1 I still haven't watched half of it. But it sounds like most of like the tricks and games and secret rooms and stuff were on day 1. Because when I was watching day 2, like not much was very different. It was like Omega Flowey made a different face, and chat's like, whoa, different face. But the day 1 stuff was just weird. It was crazy. And there's a new Sans fight.
Yeah?
Yeah, because like the charity goal was that like the first one was verse Sans, and so then they go up to Sans and he spits a verse.
I did hear that they changed it so Papyrus says hang out instead of go on a date, so everyone's like he's not a groomer.
I saw a tweet that was like Toby Fox changing date to hangout so that Papyrus is no longer the greatest pedophile in history. And I love that phrasing. But then the next one was I think like Sans attacks, and then that was like the cool one, and then the other one was versus what was the last one? Oh, ask Sans to go all out, and then he gives you a hug, and then he does the whoopee cushion trick again.
Amazing.
That old Sans.
Oh, Sans.
Always running the classic bits.
I was so into Undertale for so long. I'm genuinely shocked that I just completely forgot to watch those until after they'd happened. I was like, oh fuck.
It's definitely one of those that will live on as one of those like compilations on YouTube, and I think you can just watch it that way. Not that like there aren't like fun details and surprises, and the intended experience is kind of like this, watching this full playthrough, because there's genuinely like cool information that Toby Fox is giving the entire time, and a lot of just Toby Fox energy.
Oh yeah, I'll probably
compilations would be fine.
Yeah, I was like, what I'll probably end up doing is what I do 90% of the time when it comes to stuff like that, where I'll put it on like while I do a big Minecraft build or while I like mine or something, because I do that so I can like half pay attention to both, and then I'll watch compilations later and like actual like deep dives about it later, so I can actually like process everything better. What's
good is they shut the fuck up entirely when something's like new and especially like kind of lore important-ish. So if you're watching it on a side screen or whatever and you're playing Minecraft, if they go quiet, you know to just pause the game and watch, because it's like they added like a whole new area to the ruins, which is like an old city, and it's like, what does that mean? Especially for the Deltarune stuff. Have you played Deltarune?
I haven't yet. I was waiting for all of it to come out so I could do one really long, like go through the whole thing.
That'd be wise.
I know that a lot of people will clown on me for waiting as long as I have for Deltarune when I already waited so fucking long for Deltarune. But I'm going to be honest. Being a Telltale fan for so long ruined me for episodic stuff. I'd rather just wait for the full thing to come out instead of waiting for each episode to come out, because I got so sick of Telltale cliffhangers.
That's fair. Luckily, Deltarune isn't too bad about cliffhangers, but it is that thing where, you anticipate a chapter for so long and the fan base goes insane. They start thinking like Woody's going to be in the game. So,
I think he should be.
Absolutely. Friend inside me. But I think it's not too bad with like cliffhangers, but it is tough waiting for the chapters. But at least over half of it is out now, and I think the first 4 chapters are really solid. 2's my favorite. I love Queen, but
I think they should put that fucked up evil buzz from that one audio that's been going around. The like, calm down, Woody. We're your friends. Shut up, Buzz. I'll kill you.
My brother read a comment on one of those that was like, it was one of those over-exaggerated comments like, I was moved to tears by not this time, Bo, because it implies that Woody has forgiven her in the past, and this is a constant thing, but Woody is so out of his mind and cursed that he's not even willing to forgive the love of his life. And it was like one of those fully serious comments. I love those.
Yeah, I think it's really funny that every time that audio is used on TikTok and you open the comments, there's that comment, there's the expression on Woody's face as he says "Shut up, Buzz" is so haunting. It just shows you a man that's so far gone that he's willing to do anything to achieve his goals, even if others may perceive them as evil. And then there's 3 and then there's one more that I can't name off the top of my head. That like those 3 comments are always copy pasted.
And they're
like
just
they're the top 3
every time.
They're just as funny every single time.
Yeah, I also love when they're on a Family Guy clip when someone will like take Peter at like 1000% face value, and they're like, typically I'm a fan of Peter's antics, but this time I think he took it a little too far. Embarrassing Lois like that in front of the family isn't something that's cool to do. I love it every time.
That's just how I analyze media unironically anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
When you're autistic and you're like, why is this funny?
Genuinely.
That's actually a really mean thing to do.
That's so fucked up. I'm
It's
like,
The Simpsons. Calm down.
for a long time when I was a kid, I didn't like Family Guy because of how they treated Meg.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like,
Like,
she's trying her best, guys.
Yeah, like straight up, like my autistic ass was like, why do they hate her?
Mm-hmm.
She's just, I was like, she's literally me. Why do they hate her? I also have glasses and a weird haircut.
Yep. Calm down on Meg, guys.
Self-projecting onto Meg, not because I have anything in common with her, but because I have glasses and brown hair.
Absolutely. That's my fucking write-in character. How dare you guys?
That's my self-insert. Meg's
That's
my
my
self-insert.
Yep, it's pretty good.
Having a self-insert just to fuck them over every single episode would be insane. I know there's that's definitely happened before, and I'm trying to think of like a really funny example off the top of my head, and I can't.
I mean, I feel like in many ways, Papyrus is like a Toby Fox self-insert.
I mean, yeah, but like,
and they treat him like shit. Well, not like shit, but he's typically the butt of a joke.
he's
But I guess
not
you mean
taken
in like
seriously.
a sitcom or like a project like that.
No, yeah, I mean like in the projects where they're just like absolutely being horrible to a person for no reason, and then you find out it's like, oh, it's because it's the writer's self-insert. That's really funny.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm unfortunately too fucking Glitch Productions pilled right now to think about anything else. My
course.
brain is all Amazing Digital Circus, Gaslight District, Knights of Guinevere.
And it's just the entire wiki for all of those.
Yeah.
That occupies all
and my theories.
all 128 gigabytes.
Who do I contact if I have theories? The college just won't respond to me. Have you seen that?
Mm-mm.
It's like a photo of like this really, really nice looking dog. Like, just like, you know how sometimes when you take a picture of like a wolf dog from the front and it looks like it's smiling really gently.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like one of those, and it's like, who do I contact if I have theories? Colleges won't get back to me. Like,
I love that.
I think about that so often. Like every time Ace and I like sit down and like talk like, oh, like this media that we both like, let's talk theories. I'll look at Ace, I'll be like, who do I talk to if I have theories? And he knows instantly that I'm thinking. He's like, you think about that fuck ass dog? I'm like, yeah, I think about that fuck ass dog.
The dog pops in his head as a vine boom.
Exactly. I love that. I love photos of dogs where they look like they're just smiling very sweetly at the camera, where they're just like
Polite little doggies.
yeah, like everyone loves a funny photo of them like freaking out, but when they're just sitting there all politely, they're just good. It's just good dog.
Yep, gotta love it. I have a problem. I have a really bad problem.
Yeah.
And it's that Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is better than Mario Kart World.
Yeah.
You've
decided
I
officially.
cracked. I went back and I've just been playing. I've been playing online races like never before, and I think it's better. I think the items are a lot less bullshit. I think the drifting is a lot better. Course selection clears, but obviously that's because it had like 10 years to slowly add courses. But you know, when you compare them, character selection's way better. I honestly kind of miss kart customization, even though at first I thought it was a better thing that they were just a set number of karts. But I kind of miss being able to change the tires and the glider.
It's kind of fun. Like, as fun as it is to like min-max your cart, it's so fun to just make a fucked up looking cart.
Just an ATV with roller wheels.
Using the Mercedes GLE.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, the licensed cars.
Yeah, the Mercedes GLE with the big fat fucking like donut tires, and then like
Orange Monster.
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
they call it Red Monster, but yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. No, it's so funny. I always remember that specifically the Mercedes GLE, the Masterclass of Cars, is in Mario Kart 8 because the Drift King RT game played with the Mercedes GLE all the time. They called him the Drift King back in college.
Of course.
He won one pub tournament.
There you go, and that's all it takes.
Exactly. Now
That's me with Garfield Kart. And I'm like, I'm retired now.
Exactly.
Sorry. I never got the world record, but I'm still retiring. My second place. I should see if it's still there.
See, this is why we need to let trans people into sports, because you're just gonna get second.
Yeah, exactly. That's the funny thing about the trans athlete debate, and we won't go too deep on it. But like the whole like Riley Gaines thing, it's like the trans woman didn't even like steal first place. It's
She got fifth.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, she placed fifth. Or the skateboarder that was complaining that a trans woman placed higher than she did, but a 7-year-old placed higher than both of them. Like a 7-year-old girl.
Literally. It's crazy.
And now they're like trying to separate chess.
Oh
too.
my God.
because men are smarter than women.
Oh no.
They're biologically
Oh,
biologically. I can't play chess against a man, Nolan. It's too
Exactly. That's just I'm too weak and
my weak little
feeble.
girl brain can't handle playing
Can't
chess
handle
against
it.
a man.
God damn it. I hate when we just like casually affirm misogyny like that.
I think they're too afraid that women are going to use the controversial technique. Sorry, I was trying really hard to be straight faced for that. Using the controversial technique that we saw recently in the chess tournaments of shoving a vibrator up your ass
Yeah.
and having someone else tell you what to do.
That is a thing that happened.
Allegedly. I don't know if they
Allegedly,
ever actually
allegedly.
confirmed whether that happened.
Mhm. I think I don't remember who it was. It was some like tech YouTuber. It might have been like I Did a Thing or like Michael Reeves. But when Ludwig did his chess boxing event, one of them wanted to cheat using that. But I don't think I think they fully went up there with it, but then it just didn't end up working.
I just think it's really funny to imagine I feel like having something buzzing to tell you what to do would be infinitely more distracting and would throw me off my game more than any benefit it would give me.
Yeah.
While I'm trying to play chess.
Communicating in Morse code like knight to e4. What the fuck? And I'm just vibrating.
Yeah, and you just see me stiffen up every so often.
Yeah. That's messed
It's just like the funniest concept to me because chess is such like you have to lock in so hard for chess.
Mhm.
Like I'm not good at chess. But my nephew was obsessed with it for a couple of years. So there was a long time where like you could not go a family gathering without playing at least 3 rounds of chess.
Yep. And when it's a kid, oh god.
Oh, yeah.
They're too good.
No, and he was like a preteen teenager when he got into it. So he was like the perfect age to fucking smoke all of us
Yeah, that
for some reason.
neuroplasticity or whatever they say.
Yeah. Bro, struggling in school, amazing at chess.
Yep.
That's like every teenager when you show them how to play chess though. Like for some
Mhm.
reason they just pick it up really fast.
Sure. Neuroplasticity.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
No, so but like I'm trying to imagine trying to focus as hard as I have to for chess. And like first of all, receiving direction at all would throw me off my game.
Yeah.
But second of all, receiving buzz directions, I'd be like, you could tell me knight to e4 all you fucking want. It's not happening. I'm not gonna remember. Me sitting there like, I can't ask for them to do it again. What did they say?
You clench twice for a repeat.
Getting my fucking kegels in during
Mhm.
during the chess tournament.
Mhm.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Well, that's a
That's
that's
why
a patented technique. You know, credit us if you end up.
yeah, when you win the chess tournament with our patented technique, please send us a portion of the money.
Mm-hmm.
Because we
You owe us.
clearly gave you that idea.
You owe us. Yep. Actually, that's kind of low key. All I got. Did you see the Klarna convention? You know, they always do like shareholder stuff with companies. Did you see their convention?
No, I didn't.
Okay, I'm gonna pull it up.
Okay. It sounds insane.
It's worse than that. All right, anyway. This is Klarna shareholders conference. Not even a parody anymore.
No. I don't know what's funnier, if they paid him to use that song or if they didn't.
yeah. They're like, it's fair use. Hello.
Hello?
It's a parody.
That's fucking insane.
Yeah. Put it in your cart and you'll get the money wired. That's a classic.
So
That's
awful.
Generational.
Oh my god. No, I'm one of those people that never even started using Klarna or Afterpay or anything like that because I knew it could only do bad things for me.
Yeah, I did it like once or twice for a couple Temu things. I think I did like when I bought these SD cards, I think I did it just because I was like low on money at the time, and it was like, okay, pay in like 4 installments of like like $2 or something.
Yeah.
I was buying other stuff, I guess, too. But I was like, yeah, you know, what's the word? Especially when it's interest free. When they add interest, I'm like, no, we're not doing that. But if it's like, you know, paying 4 interest free payments over the course of a couple of weeks, I'm like, and it's a bigger purchase, I'm like, maybe. While this is still around and while they still trust people with no interest, I'll take advantage of that.
See, I'm one of those people where I'm just going to miss out on that entirely because I don't trust myself with that.
That's also a huge part.
Because like I'm one of those people where I am very fortunate to call myself mostly debt free. I am not entirely debt free anymore. Because I have a Quick Trip credit card.
All right.
Just to build some credit, and I have some medical debt now because I'm an adult. So but that's why medical debt doesn't count. It's not real. So
it's not real.
Medical
you
debt
don't count
isn't
that
real,
in the
so.
spreadsheet.
Unironically, you don't, so which is really funny. Like I was telling my dad about it. I was like, yeah, I have some like medical debt building up now because we had some like major insurance stuff at the beginning of the year, and he was just like, yeah. As long as you pay it off eventually, it doesn't really matter. And
and
I was like, well, should I set up like a payment plan? And he was like, don't worry about it.
They don't. Yeah,
It's because to most credit brokers, it's considered a necessary and unavoidable debt. So a lot of
which is how this fucking country works.
Yeah. So a lot of creditors don't count it.
Yeah.
Because their argument is if they try to deny everyone in the U.S. with medical debt, there would be no one to give any credit cards to.
Yep, and then there'd be no banks.
Exactly. But I'm one of those people where I don't trust myself with a credit card that I can use like anywhere. I've applied for a few like specific ones like TJ Maxx and Ulta.
Yeah.
But even that I've done with like the express warning to myself, like this is only for Christmas. Like this isn't like I was thinking about an Ulta card just for shows. Because, you know, you need it feels like every time a show starts up, I realize that something in my makeup doesn't match me anymore. But I had to do the big one recently. I had to get foundation and concealer in the same run.
And that's just a double barrel shotgun.
That was $75.
Ouch.
And I got the mini, like I buy NARS because that's like the only thing that I'm willing to spend money on is foundation. Like that's the only thing that I care explicitly about being like, I want to get higher end versus drugstore.
Yeah, literally. I mean, you can look in that camera, the foundation looks way better. In this camera, it looks like this.
I'm not wearing any foundation. Is the scary part. Yeah. No, but that's why I like higher end foundation because I found that a lot of drugstore foundation breaks me out. Like, it's just a thing. So I've always bought NARS. The NARS Creamy Concealer has been my go-to concealer since I was like 12. So I was like, fine, I'll buy the foundation. Fine. Because I was buying Estee Lauder for a long time, but I didn't feel like buying Estee Lauder again. So I was like, I'll buy NARS. And that was a $56 bottle of foundation. And then I got you can get either the main creamy concealer, which is like a full size one that lasts me literal years. It's $35. I got the mini, which is 1 ounce. Would you like to guess how much 1 ounce of my concealer cost me?
Easily like $20.
Cost me $16.
16?
Yes.
I was trying not to go over.
You were really close. You were really close.
And 16 is still a lot though.
Yeah, for 1 ounce of product when you think about it. 1 fluid ounce.
God damn it.
If I remember correctly is what's written on there. At most 2.
Yeah.
Like it's not very much. But I just needed that to get me through the show for the weekend. Yeah. Because I figure I have another concealer that still has some in it. We do a little bit of overconsumption, but that's also a different color. Because that's the one that I usually use on my eyelids as primer. So it's like the lightest shade of NARS that's there, which like I can technically use as long as I apply it like highlight like I did in 2016. But I'm going to be sweating so much in that show. I can't rely on like a full beat because I'm wearing full slacks, an undershirt, a button-down long sleeve shirt, and a vest because I need an undershirt to sweat into.
Yeah.
Because the shirt is like a weird like pseudo silk material, and it's also from the 80s, so it has shoulder pads, and it comes with like this ascot that I do wear and is tied. So you know so I have no airflow.
Nope.
And then I'm wearing a wig where I'm wearing a with bangs pigtail wig So I'm sweating
Just
up there.
a lot, yeah.
I'm sweating.
That was the fun thing about watching the Hamilton Pro Shot in theaters is just you get to see all the sweat and saliva in 4K.
Exactly.
And I've done theater stuff before, it's not a surprise, but it's so funny watching George Washington and he's just got like just sweat.
Yeah, you can
all
just
over.
see this. It's really funny because the guy that's playing William Barfay, who's another one of the main characters in the show, he's bald. Like he's an I don't want to say he's an older guy because he's not. He's just older than me.
Everybody older than me, just like on the older side.
Yeah, no, but so he's completely bald and he's also wearing a wig.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really funny because him and I are also both like, he is disabled and I am chronically ill. And we are both two of the people that spend the most time on stage. So we're just like sitting up there sweating. Like by the end of rehearsal, like both of us are like soaked through our shirts from just sitting up there spelling.
Mm-hmm.
Like we don't have any super intense dance numbers.
There's you got a cartwheeler too.
We actually cut my cartwheel.
Oh,
we had to for space reasons.
damn.
When we didn't think about the fact that we also have audience volunteers on stage for that part of the show. So with the audience volunteers and everyone else and all the props, there was not enough space.
Damn it. Release the A or cut.
So now I just hit some sick, really intense dance moves instead because they didn't give me a toy to play with, and I'm not kidding. Like everyone else grabs like scarves and like balls to play with, and they're like running around and stuff like that. Like even the volunteers, I think, were giving scarves and having them go like this back and forth. But I'm just going ham. I'm just making shit up. I vogued super hard the other day, like, and I don't mean like I mean like I was doing straight up like,
Yeah.
like the most robotic because I thought it was funny,
Mm-hmm.
like, because I just need to fill my time on stage.
Yeah. Gotta do what you gotta do.
And until they tell me to stop, I'm just gonna keep doing shit.
Mm-hmm. What time are we at?
No clue.
1:32. We did it.
Let's go.
I guess we did have a little bit there when you were looking for your Seth Rogen interview.
Yeah, but that wasn't very long. That was like maybe a minute or two.
For you. No, it wasn't that bad.
I was gonna say I genuinely was trying to be really fat. That's why I was like, I'm trying to skim this article, but
Yeah.
it's just so wordy.
Well, did both lights stay on the entire time?
I didn't notice my light turning off, so I
didn't
think
either.
Let's
So,
go. Hopefully they didn't record in slow-mo.
I swear to God. End it all.
Well, if we hit 5,000 views on this video, we'll release the slow-mo cut.
Yes, absolutely. Well, I guess they're kind of lost media now, though, because I had to clear.
Yeah, that's true. You did have to clear that out for this.
So unless
unfortunately.
somehow they're still in my computer at home, maybe.
They might be.
But either way, I don't know.
Remember, nothing ever truly goes away. It just kind of goes until it can be overwritten.
Exactly.
So you genuinely might be able to go into your trash files and find it.
Kind of true.
Got a big brain up.
Data recovery and
Love to
its
see it.
perks. All right.
All
Well,
right, we will catch you guys next week.
that we will. Oh, I thought you were gonna do it. All right, and press subscribe if you made it this far, and follow me on Twitch, and follow you
On TikTok.
On TikTok, I wasn't expecting that for some reason. Even though I
Why?
know
Even though that's my main social media.
I was expecting Jessie's JPEGs.
Yeah, that too. Follow Jessi_.jpg on Instagram as well. That's where I post my art. I'm trying to get more into freelance and commission work. I don't charge very much. I charge like $50. I'd love to do some lettering or some or draw a little guy for you. I don't know.
All right. Anyway, goodbye, everyone.
Bye.